Ad nauseum deck tech, combo deck tech. We're here with Mario Augusto Materazzi, who just won a PTQ in with this deck. So we're gonna talk about it. Como stai, amico? How are you, my friend?
Tutto bene, I'm fine. Hi, all guys.
So yeah, man, you're in the mastermind. We've been working a little bit, and you just took this thing down, and I wanted to talk with you because, hey, man, it's cool seeing people do cool things. And this isn't a deck that we've teched on this channel either. So first of all, what does the deck do? How does the deck even work?
Substantially is a combo deck with works with two cards. Okay, just ad nauseum and either Angel's Grace or Phyrexian Life. You need one of these two that are
Mm-hmm.
white cards, and then the ad nauseum to draw all your deck,
Uh-huh.
and then try to combo off. You have substantially two way to combo off.
Sure. So
One is
Unlife and Angel's Grace both let you go into negative life, right?
yeah.
And then
You
Ad
can
nauseum
with
lets you
yes,
pay, 60 life and pick up your whole deck.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
of course, yes. The interesting thing is that with Unjust Grace, you can't lose the game, and your opponent can't win the games.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a lot of uses. You
Mm-hmm.
can use it for doesn't die in the same turn. Okay, so if your opponent is going to win that turn, you can negate it, and then maybe during your turn, you can use another one to combo off with
Yes.
the ad nauseam if you
So
got.
one of the cool things about the deck is that say against like a burn deck or something, Phyrexian Unlife and Angel's Grace or an aggro deck make it really hard to kill you, so it gives you a lot of extra time
Yeah,
to set up your combo.
yes.
So what's the
They
win
really
condition?
make it.
You draw your whole deck, what
The,
happens?
but then you can lightning start them.
With
That is an
simians?
instant card. It's a card that says 3 mana, one colorless and two reds.
Mm-hmm.
It deals 3 damage plus
Mm-hmm.
one counter. You can put one counter on it, and discarding a land card, and with each counter adds two damage to
So
the
you do like
spell.
30
Okay,
damage
so
with this.
yeah.
And
You
you also
can
have
do a
conflagrate.
lot. Yeah, I have conflict because sometimes it
Mm-hmm.
happens that you can kill them only discarding lands.
Mm-hmm.
Opponents can discard lands too, or can redirect sometimes the spell because it says
Mm-hmm.
that if you discard a card, you can redirect the spell where you want. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so if I have maybe 13 lands in hand,
Mm-hmm.
okay, in hand, and I discard all. Maybe if you got one land, you can discard two and make the spell killing myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
it
see. If they
sometimes,
have a ton of lands, they can point it back at you.
yeah,
So, question.
And if you play this deck, maybe
Mm-hmm.
people deserve their lands in hand
So,
to counter this spell.
a lot of people play Laboratory Maniac for that. Is there a reason? Did you think
Yeah,
about that? What don't you like about it?
Yeah, I don't like about that because in game one, often a lot of decks have a removal spell.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
I
makes
don't like
sense.
my win condition
So you have it in the sideboard.
killed by this way.
That
Yeah,
makes
I have in
sense.
a sideboard because in the mirror match it's really important to have it. Often I lost a lot of games in the mirror because they had Laboratory Maniac in the main board that I didn't have. So I
Mm-hmm.
decided to put it in sideboard
Uh-huh.
to make this
Yeah,
plan.
'cause
Okay.
it's hard to burn someone out through Angel's Grace or through an Unlife. Uh-huh.
Yes. So
Okay.
I made this decision.
So
So
we know the win
it
condition
worked.
now. We get the
The
combo,
the
we got the win
conflict.
condition. Um,
Sorry.
so now we know the combo, we know the win condition. So how do we set it up?
Okay.
Why is this deck consistent? Because it needs to draw like one particular card. How do you find it?
Yeah, there are four seven visions to make it.
Mhm.
That is a nice draw card, and you can scry too.
Mhm.
That it's really important because finding the card you need is the most important thing in this deck. Perhaps you have Slaves of End that do the same work of Seven Visions and is a better turn one cantrip, you know. Other decks play a lot of Scryland, you know, like the Temples one.
Mhm.
I really don't like the idea to play the attack land on turn
Mhm.
four. Maybe sometimes you die for that because you need the untapped the land and you can't play it because other
Mhm.
versions play a lot of that type of
Oh,
land.
you are playing four
So
though, yeah.
yeah, I just play four because for this reason, I don't want top land on maybe turn four, turn
Mhm.
five to combo off. So I decided to make the mana base pretty different, and every type of land I play makes something. There is Mikokoro, for example, the center of the sea.
Mhm.
That is a really important card because it makes you draw and your weapon too. But you need to draw, you know.
Mhm.
We
Yeah,
are
you have a really
playing
interesting
a
mana
lot of
base. Horizon
yeah,
Canopy, Mikukoro, Aboro.
yeah. Mikokoro and Oboro are also answers to Liliana, which is played in Jund,
Oh, yeah.
and yeah, is another matchup. So you can
Mhm.
bypass the Liliana effect by drawing card with Mikokoro. I really like this card, and I
Mhm.
decided to play it. So
You also
there is,
have Peer Through Depths, Anticipate. Is there a reason?
yeah,
What
yeah,
do you
yeah.
like? Why not three or four Peer Through Depths? Why an Anticipate?
At the beginning, I had two mystical teachings.
Mhm.
That is a really nice tutor for this deck because you can
It
combo off
it
at
finds
instant
Ad
speed.
Nauseum and Angel's Grace 100% of the time.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, but I decided that they were too much, so I switched one for one anticipated there, and
Mhm.
here is the reason that anticipated just one. Peer through depths instead is a nice tutor on five cards that is really important
Mhm.
because you can also at other cars. You know,
Mhm.
five is a lot, I think. So I prefer that because a lot of time I needed to find just an instant to combo off.
Mhm.
Okay, that's why I play them, and I really like them
And
too.
Anticipate can find a land or a mana or an artifact or
Yeah,
an
yeah, yeah,
unlife.
yeah, yeah. Of course,
So
yeah.
it.
Anticipate we can
Uh
find you
huh.
all, but only at between three cards.
Mhm.
The difference, I think, between three and five is a lot, and so I prefer Pillar Depths for finding instance
Mhm.
before I can win the game, or
So
hopefully do it.
let's talk about the mana engine a little bit. So the deck has 20 lands, but it's more than half
Yeah,
mana because you've got four Pentad Prism, four Lotus Bloom, four Simian Spirit Guide. That's 32 mana and tons of draw. So Prism, you play it turn two, it gives you two extra mana to use. And then
yeah,
Bloom,
yes, yes.
you suspend turn zero, comes in turn four, gives you three extra mana. So you can. This deck is tons and tons of mana. So you can.
But you really need
Hmm
that.
Yeah, what's
This
five? Ad
is
nauseum's five. So.
yeah, 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 yes. And Simian Spirit Guide are often used to combo off at instant speed
Mhm.
because you will always or often exile them to cast or Conflagrate or Lightning Storm because you
Mhm.
just go off with six mana. There is a maybe turn four with a Lotus Bloom, you know.
Mhm.
So you
So
have just seven mana.
one card I find really interesting. I'm moving on to the sideboard here. We have Leyline of Sanctity. We know about that. Protect from discard. One moment, this virus thing is
Yeah,
my firewall keeps making noise. Um, stop, stop talking to me. Um, Leyline, Leyline of Sanctity. All right, we get that. That's normal. I find Last Hope really interesting here. You have this one mana target creature gets -1/-1, scry too. Talk to me about that. Why is this something that people should
Yeah.
play here? Oh, lose
We
hope.
worked on that on the mastermind group. I
Uh-huh.
asked it to you and to Ben, and this is a nice card because affinity is pretty bad matchup, you know. So
Yes.
they are faster and they waste your all your Phyrexian life for Angel's Grace, you know, because in fact will remain to you.
Uh-huh.
So Luzup can kill the creatures they have, almost all,
Mhm.
Inkmoth Nexus, Glistener Elf, or maybe just a Noble Hierarch.
Uh-huh.
Or,
And so if you're gonna
so,
remove anyways, why not scry, right?
yeah, and Scry 2 is really, really important,
Yeah,
as we said before, because,
that's super good.
yeah,
I really like that.
yeah, I really like it.
So,
And Gutshot is there for the same
mhm.
reason because Infect and Affinity also are pretty fast decks,
Mhm.
so they can kill before you combo off.
Mhm.
So I decided to bet 5 slots for these matchups.
Mhm. Cool.
Then
So, we'll talk briefly about what's like why would someone play this deck? What drew you to this deck? Who is this a good choice for?
I think in this meta this is a nice deck because the meta now is fast, you
Mhm.
know, and this deck is fast too, and is very. I think it's very strong and stable. You know,
Mhm.
often you will just search for your combo and combo off with less interactivity with your
Mhm.
opponent. You know, so if you want to play this, it depends on you and maybe on your luck, you know, on your plays.
How do you control your luck? Because I mean, you won the
You
PTQ.
can't.
How did you do that?
You can't, but
Well,
often
somewhat.
someone. So I think he's pretty strong in this meta.
Mhm.
This meta is full of living end, and
Mhm.
because it is
Is it? Is that your meta?
yeah. I
There's a lot
found
of
a lot.
living end.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
It's full
super
of living end.
super easy matchup because living end.
Yeah, this is
Yeah. So, what
super
are your best
easy because
matchups? I mean, living
I
end
think
seems good. Tron seems like they can't
living.
interact. Burn and
Yeah,
aggro. Non-infect aggro seems pretty easy to beat because with Unlife and Angel's Grace you just protect, right? So what are the
yes,
tough
absolutely.
matchups? Like Jund,
Uh,
infect?
John is, I think he's 50%
Interesting.
because after game one, if you can see a ley line of
Mhm.
Sanctity, the matchup becomes pretty easy
They
because they
can't
can
just touch
discard
you
you.
and they're too slow. They usually don't kill before
Yeah,
turn
yeah, yeah,
6.
yeah. Often mulligan to five just find
Mhm.
a ley line is a good strategy, you know, because you can lose the true cards but still win because they become really slow. They have two maelstrom pools, your ley line on turn 3 often, but you can still win on turn 4. So
Mhm.
they can't touch you, and it's a really important thing. I think so.
Cool.
June, I think, is 50-50. You know,
Uh-huh.
another bad matchup is Death and Taxes. I think
Uh-huh.
because they can destroy your lands and you play a low number of lands. They can cast Talia and it slows you a lot.
Mm. And
So
stuff like
I
Stony
think
Silence, right? Hating on
yeah,
your artifacts.
also, yes, of course. So I think the worst matchup are Infect and Death and Taxes.
Mhm.
Then you can play almost with all, and you can win almost with all.
Mhm. Okay, cool. So, what was the highlight of the tournament? What's it like to win a PTQ?
You have to play just with mind. You know
Mhm.
that's a thing that you
Mhm.
and the group teach it to me. You know, you have to play with your brain
Mhm.
up. You have to stay relaxed. You have to not do things that you don't need to do. You know,
Mhm.
and you teached me this way, and I tried to apply them,
Mhm.
and it worked because I was able to win the tournament. That
Mhm.
was a 46 people
Mhm.
tournament, and every time I was thinking about your teachings, the
Mhm.
group teachings, and they were really, really, really important for
Mhm.
me.
Awesome, man. It's
So
so
just pick
cool.
up your brain.
It's so cool to help. It's so cool to help and see people actually win and apply it and take it and run with it. So also, when's the RPTQ? Because we're gonna be working on this.
I have one on December, I think.
Mhm. And what's the format?
And is modern, so I
Cool.
think I will
Yeah.
play again
Uh-huh.
this
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
maybe we will work on that with the
Mhm.
group. I will ask you
Mhm.
and try to do something better with
Mhm.
this list.
Yeah, very exciting. I think that's a good breakdown for people, if you like Storm combo. If your meta has a lot of aggro and some other combo and a little bit of Jund, probably a very good choice. If it's all infect and what was the other one?
Death
Uh,
and taxes.
if it's all infect, death, and taxes, maybe you don't want to pick this. But otherwise, really strong deck. We see some cool choices here. Lose Hope is awesome. Also, as always, it helps if you work with a group or a team. So I'm glad that's been helpful. And hopefully, if you guys have any questions about anything, you can leave a comment. If people want to ask you anything, how could they reach you? If
Yeah,
someone's
yeah, yeah.
if
Of
someone's
course,
picking up ad nauseum for a tournament and they want to ask you something,
of course, of course.
how would someone reach you?
Oh, you can just contact me on Facebook or on the
Mhm.
group if they you are part of the
Mhm.
masterminds, or just contact me at my
Mhm.
nickname that is Mario Augusto Matarazzi, and I
Mhm.
will try to help. Or
Mhm.
you can we can do together. You know,
Mhm.
I think you can also do it.
Cool, man. Well, thanks so much. Love your energy and awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. And hopefully, you guys see Mario back on here as an RPTQ winner in a few months. So we have that to look forward to. Thanks, Mario.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you guys,
Mhm.
and see ya.
Much love. Take
Hi.
care.